Deutschland, nice. So if you think about how Northern Africa became Muslim, it was more through trade. Today the biggest Muslim country is Indonesia. Not a single war, not a single fight in Indonesia, right?
It was conquered.
Indonesia was conquered?
All,
let me ask you. Let me ask you something. Hold on. Can I ask you a question?
Two different laws.
Can I ask you a question?
For the Muslims and for the non-Muslims.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, that is wrong. That is wrong. We don't have two different laws. We give Ahlul Dhimma their laws. We have the freedom. We give them. That is not true.
Ummah and the rest.
No. Who's the Ummah?
The Ummah are all the Muslims.
You know what the Ummah of there is two types of Ummah. One is Ummah Da'wah, which is all of mankind. One is Ummah Mujtaba, the ones who accept. So you understand what the word Ummah is not just for Muslims. First thing, let me explain it to you because we don't want to just talk, we want to understand. Let me explain. If you look at Indonesia, the biggest Muslim country population-wise, go in history, not a single battle. Not a single battle. They were not conquered. It is true. Okay, you go look it up.
There were seafarers from the Arabian Peninsula invading
Indonesia?
Invading Indonesia.
I hate to say this, but you're wrong.
It's the same.
Can you look it up?
Bali is the last rest. Bali is the last rest of the original religion of Indonesia.
But through conversion, not through battle.
It's always a danger.
It was not through battle.
It's always a danger for Bali.
Let me explain something to you. Look,
it's always a danger.
Look, let me ask you something. Go home. You have Google. Look it up. Okay?
What do you mean?
You have Google, internet.
Yeah.
Look up how Indonesia became Muslim. No, please. I'm just saying. If you want to know, I've been to Bali. I've been to Jakarta. I've been to Bali. I've been to Indonesia many a times.
Let
me explain something to you. If you've been to Bali, let me ask you something. Can a non-Muslim practice their religion or not?
What do you mean?
In Indonesia, if you're not Muslim, can you practice your religion?
Not really.
Really? Are you being honest now?
Not really.
Are you being honest? What can you not do?
I'm honest.
They don't have temples? What can they not do?
In the Near East, there were Christian people.
Again, you're not answering my question.
In the last few years.
What did the Crusaders do? What did the Crusaders do? What did the Spaniards do in South America?
Coming back to the places where before Christianity was.
So Christianity was in South America before the Spaniards?
No, but in Spain.
You think Mexico was Christian before Columbus?
Before it was conquered by the Muslims.
What did the Spaniards do in the Americas? What did the Spaniards do in Americas? You're in America now. In Americas, was there Christianity before the Spaniards?
No.
Did they not force people to become Christian?
They made the same.
Did they force people or not?
Sorry.
So you're not answering my question. You didn't answer which practice you cannot practice Indonesia. What can a non-Muslim not practice Indonesia? Name me one thing.
Let me say one sentence. The conquerors in South America, they made the same like the Muslims in Indonesia.
Okay, the mistake you have is that Islam, let me explain it. Islam was not spread by force in Indonesia. Look it up in history. In Indonesia today, name me one practice a non-Muslim Indonesian cannot practice their religion. One practice. I'm asking you for one practice they cannot practice. You said Alhamdulillah, it is everywhere. But you said everywhere. Where are Islam not coming up?
In the countries
in Europe. Let me explain something.
In Europe, in Europe, for a short while.
No.
In the next
keep dreaming.
Next few years.
Islam will be the dominant religion there, inshallah.
Back to the places where they're coming from.
Europeans are becoming Muslim. What are you going to send them back?
No.
Look at him.
I think.
And then you tell me, he's from Arizona. Where are you going to send him back to?
The most people in Europe are without any religion.
I don't know. Statistically, I don't think so, but that could be your opinion. But it's okay.
Religion.
The fastest growing religion in Europe is
tried in the communist Europe to bring back the Christianity. It was
I understand. Catholics, I agree with you. Because Catholicism is false. But Islam is truth. So it's the fastest growing religion in Europe. Go Google it. Now, I'll just ask you one question. I listened to you. Can you answer one question? You said non-Muslims in Indonesia cannot practice the religion. Can you tell me one practice that they cannot practice? Just one.
It's by law.
Yes.
That Islam is the obligating religion in Indonesia.
That is wrong. That is false. You're told a lie. I'm sorry.
Then it's Saudi
I've
Arabia.
been to Indonesia.
Saudi Arabia, it's
Look, I asked about Indonesia, and you're not answering. You're not answering me. Be honest. Be honest with me. Look, I'm being honest with you. Name one practice that a non-Muslim in Jakarta, forget Bali, a non-Muslim or Bali, cannot practice from their religion in Indonesia. One practice. One. Just one. Just one.
It's better than in Saudi Arabia.
Look, I didn't ask you if it's better. I asked you, name one practice a non-Muslim Indonesian cannot practice in Indonesia. One practice of the religion. Name one. You cannot.
I think
you cannot.
Better. It's a better place.
It doesn't matter if they're better or worse. I'm just asking. You said that non-Muslim Indonesians cannot practice their religion in Indonesia. I'm asking you, what religious practice can a non-Muslim Indonesian not practice in Indonesia? Just name me one practice.
I think Bali is the example that they can.
Jakarta.
Yeah.
Any place in Indonesia. It doesn't matter. Name one practice. You cannot. You cannot, because that was a false statement. No. Don't give me another example. Answer this example first, please. Look, we're going to be honest, right? We were being honest, right? Honest.
I give you
then just admit one thing. Okay, we'll move to your example. One. Admit one thing first.
Turkey.
Admit one thing, that you cannot name one non-Muslim Indonesian practice that they cannot practice the religion. You cannot name one. Just admit that, and we'll move to
another question.
No. First, answer this one. I'm not going to jump. I'm not going to jump. I'm not going to jump until you finish this one. Admit first. Now, if you don't admit, I'm not just going to jump here and jump to Turkey and Saudi and this.
Give you the answer.
No.
At the moment.
Indonesia. One practice. Yes.
At the moment.
Okay.
I don't know the future.
Okay.
But at the moment, it could be possible that you can practice another religion in Indonesia except of Islam.
Thank you. He admitted it. His statement was false.
Yeah,
he admitted. No. Let's just stop. Let's just stop.
At the moment.
At the moment. I don't know the future either. But let's admit that I'll shake your wrist.
You see
that your statement was false. It was, right? It was false, right? Was it false or not?
If you're influenced by the Quran, if you are a real Muslim,
okay.
If you are feeling that's your religion, and it's not only for the brain.
Okay.
It's the Western thinking of religion. It's a kind of living.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
For us, it's not a kind of living. Religion is for the personal brain, you're thinking. The kind of living is different from religion. That's
You've lost
how it's thinking in the West. But
okay, so you mean a separation between church and state, or what do you mean?
Separation.
Okay.
It's by the Romans. It's by the Romans.
Okay.
And the Roman Empire was a Christian empire. They were dividing. Give to the emperor what the emperor's is, and the rest is for you.
Right.
And
with Caesar's for Caesar,
but when you are a real Muslim, you can't.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I'm with you. Make a difference.
Okay, I'm with you. Yes, you have to live by the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Kafirun, here. Yeah. I'll even read it for you in English, if you like.
I've read it in German. I have it in German.
So have you read Surah Al-Kafirun?
I have read just the chapters belonging to the wives.
Yeah, that's a problem. You're only worried about the wives. You should worry about the whole Quran, right? Yeah. So if you look at Surah Al-Kafirun in the Quran. Yeah. Here. Say, O disbelievers, I do not worship what you worship, nor are you worshippers of what I worship, nor will I worship what you worship, nor will you worship what I worship. For you is your religion, and for me is my religion. What a beautiful statement. You see, if you had read the Quran, let me say something now. Yeah. If you had read the Quran, you would have known what you're saying is wrong. We can accept other people to have other religions. We in Islam do not believe in forcing. Can I finish now? Let me finish. I let you finish, you let me finish. If you had read the Quran, you would have known that the negative stereotypes fed to you by the media are wrong. And Islam, we do believe that people have the right to their religions. Yeah. Islam tells you cannot force somebody to become a Muslim. That's why when you said you have two laws, the mistake you're making is Quran tells us, and the Prophet Muhammad told us, that when non-Muslims live in your country, let them live by their laws, Ahlul Dhimma. And we pay zakat. We pay zakat.
I give you an example.
Go ahead.
Because maybe this is a theory.
This is what?
Maybe this is a theory.
No, this is a verse in the Quran. It's not a theory. This is Surah Al-Kafirun.
Egypt was a country totally Christianity.
Sure.
And then was an Arab invasion.
No.
Arab
Let me historically.
invasion.
Who invaded Egypt? Tell me the name of the person.
The Arabs brought the Arabian language to Egypt.
Okay.
And
That
there are 10% of the Egyptians are speaking the original
Coptic
Egyptian
language, yeah.
The
Sure.
original Egyptian.
Sure.
And they are original Christians.
Sure.
Like in further
How you
days,
doing?
100%.
Feel free.
Like in further days, 100%.
How you doing?
And this
Pasa di خلقه تشدون بيرتا.
and this minority is now totally oppressed.
Okay, let me tell you
totally
something.
oppressed.
Can I answer now?
Totally oppressed.
See, I listen to you, right, respectfully. Now, Egypt in the time of Amr ibn al-As, he is the one that went there. Nobody was forced. Historically, Google this. No, look it up. I'm telling you, look it up. Salahuddin Ayyubi, Salahuddin, he ruled Palestine. Jews were able to practice, Christians were able to practice, Muslims were able to practice. When they were not, Salahuddin, in Salahuddin's time,
There was no-
Salahuddin Ayyubi.
It was.
Look,
they
be
have-
historic.
They have two different taxes. That was the problem.
Okay, let me explain that to you. Let me explain it. Let me
You
tell
know
you.
this.
I
You
do.
know the
I do.
facts.
I
You
will
know
tell
the
you the
fact.
fact.
You have to pay more
I will
as a
tell you,
Christian
not
than a
more.
Muslim.
That is not true.
More.
Let me
You
explain
have-
it.
you have to pay
Look,
tax
I'm
by
a
your
Muslim.
heads, your Kopfsteuer.
I'm a Muslim. Let me explain it to you. Okay? Muslims have to pay zakat. Zakat is an obligatory task for our religion that we pay that goes to a thing called Baytul Mal.
But it's free will.
Can I
It's free
explain?
will.
Can I explain it? No. Under a Muslim government, you as a Muslim have to pay it.
Yeah, but it's a free will, and I think in the
Again,
Quran it's a free will.
No, as a
10%
Muslim,
to give it to the
no,
poor.
no, 2.5% of your wealth. See, you should learn before you speak. So I'm trying to explain it to you, so hopefully we can have a conversation. As a Muslim, I have to pay that into zakat al-mal. So that goes to social welfare, helping the needy, helping the people traveling through, and those kinds of people. As a Muslim, I have to. Now, as a Muslim government, I can't tax you. Okay? So as a Muslim, I pay zakat that goes to the government. If they use it for the thing Quran has told for zakat to be paid out. As a Christian living under the Muslim land, I cannot force my religion on you. I cannot force. Can I finish? I'm telling you about it. I'm going to tell you. Don't think I don't know about this. I've studied this. Okay? As a Muslim government, I cannot tell you pay zakat. Why? Zakat is a religious duty. And as a Muslim, I have to respect that you have a different religion. So now, when you use the government functions, you have to pay what's called jizya. And jizya is for using the streets, using security, using in the time of the Prophet Muhammad and his companions, if the government could not give the Christians those security, they could not take jizya from them. It's not a non-Muslim tax. But if you're using, like you live in Germany, you pay taxes, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. So just like that, as a Muslim, I pay zakat. As a non-Muslim, you pay jizya for the government to run and give you services. How is that not fair?
In Spain,
and zakat can be more than jizya depending on your wealth.
the Spanish population.
Did you understand my answer first? Wait, no, I'm not going to jump around. Did you understand? But do you understand the concept of jizya?
I give you
Did you understand it or not?
I have understood.
Good.
But I give you an example
Go ahead.
that in history it was totally the opposite.
Okay, let's ask you about Spain first. Andalus, Spain, under Moors, were Christians allowed to practice?
But that
Yes or no?
They didn't
yes or no?
want to have
I'm
an
asking you a
Islamic
question.
government.
Sure. I may not
it
want
was
Trump's government.
introduced by power.
I don't want Trump, but it's not my choice.
But there
You took it by
they were
power.
conquerors.
Yeah, Trump's a conqueror. He didn't get elected.
No, the
Hillary
Arabs-
Clinton got more
The
votes.
Arabs were conquering.
Okay.
You see,
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Hold on. Let me ask you
Just the
something.
last sentence.
Okay.
The Crusaders.
I'm going to listen to you.
The Crusaders were coming back to their original countries.
Really? So those Europeans were originally from Palestine? Richard the Lionheart was from Palestine?
The problem was.
No, wait. I'm sorry, wait. Are you saying
the Holy
are
Land.
you saying that those
The Holy Land, they were
Europeans
just
from
Christians.
France
They
and
were just
England
Christian
were
and Jews.
originally from there?
There were no
Okay.
Arabs.
No. They were Arabs in that land, the Ghassani tribe. Look up
In
the
Roman
Ghassan.
times, there
No,
were
I'm
no
sorry.
Arabs in this
In the
place.
Bible, there's mention of the Arabs during the Roman times.
no.
Look. Let me explain something. Can
will
I
explain it
Can I
to
speak?
you. Yes, just one sentence.
I'm listening to you.
It's a history.
That's been a long
it's a
sentence.
truth of history.
Okay.
That in Roman times the Arabs were just in the place of Saudi Arabia.
First thing, there was no such thing
And
as
the
Saudi
Romans
Arabia.
were always defending this place against the Arabs.
First thing, let me explain something to you. Now, I listened to you, right? There's no such thing as Saudi Arabia at that time. Saudi Arabia came way later. The Jazira al-Arab includes what's called Sham. Sham has a tribe called Ghassan. I want you to go home and look at them up. Ghassan is a tribe that before Islam were Christian Arabs that lived in Palestine. Look them up, please. Look, if you don't believe me, go home.
It's wrong.
You have the internet. Look
wrong.
up Ghassan tribe.
I'm sorry.
Look it up.
I'm sorry.
Have you looked it up?
I'm sorry.
So you're being closed-minded, right?
Just Islam.
You're being closed-minded. You're not even going to look it up? Can you look it up?
Sorry, I'm historian.
Historian, then can you tell me who are the Ghassan tribe?
Just
you're a historian, can you tell me who are the Ghassan tribes?
You know. Maybe
As a historian, I'm asking you, do you know who the Ghassan tribe? Again, you're not answering me. You're not answering me. Please.
Do you know
this
that
is not
Arabian
a conversation.
tribes were taking over the Jew religion?
What do you mean by that?
Before they were getting Muslims.
What does that mean?
Several Arabian tribes, they were taking over the Jew religion.
Taking over or converting?
Converting to the Jew religion.
Okay.
Before they were Muslims.
Sure, I know that. There were Arabian Jews.
But
what does that have to do with anything?
No, not Arabian Jews. There was Arabian tribes.
Okay, they became Jewish.
Living near to Mecca.
Yes, in Medina. In Medina, there were Jews.
Before Muhammad came.
Yes, I know.
And they were Jews.
I know. I've taught this. I taught the life of the Prophet.
In Palestine, there were no Arabs.
Okay.
In the Roman
Again.
no.
As a historian, can you just tell me who is the Ghassan tribe?
Never heard.
Okay, so can you go look it up? Can you go look it up and come back to me? Or are you going to be closed-minded?
I'm not more closed-minded than you.
No, you are. Because I'm willing to look it up and you're not.
No.
Yeah, I'm asking you as a historian, go home, get your history books, look up the Ghassan tribe, Arabs who lived in Palestine before Islam.
The Roman.
Go look it up during the Roman time.
The Roman history is my special field.
Excellent. Then you must know the Ghassan tribe.
No.
Then you're probably not a historian.
No.
Do you teach history?
I'm sorry.
Do you teach history?
Yeah.
Where?
In
Görlitz? Is that a university or is that a city?
There's a city at both.
I'm sorry, so there's a university called Görlitz?
Yeah.
And
a city in Germany.
Okay, so what's the name of the university?
University of Görlitz.
Okay, that's pretty easy. So you teach history there?
Yeah.
Roman history.
And Roman is my special field.
And you've never heard of Ghassan tribe?
And you can trust me.
I'm afraid for your students.
History is for some people. Is history a possibility to project?
No.
This
history should be documented. No, history should be documented, right?
And this is the problem.
So this is sad that you're teaching history. You've never even heard of the Ghassan tribe. I'm really sad for your students.
Not in the Roman territory.
So do this.
Not in the Roman
listen.
You know Herodes.
Look, I'm asking.
You know Herodes. You know Tiberius.
Sure. Let me ask you to do one thing as an open-minded person. Okay. Go home. Look up Ghassan tribe.
Yeah.
And then when you find the Roman historic documentation about their alliance with the Ghassan tribe, then you can call and apologize to me.
I give you.
Thank you so much.
I give you.
I appreciate your time.
You're not a student of me.
I'm not. I am so glad. Because if I was, I wouldn't know the Ghassan tribe and the Romans.
It's not a question of
religion. I'll take your advice. I'm listening.
It's not a question of religion.
Sure, it's not.
It's a question of facts.
Yes, exactly. So can you look up the Ghassan tribe? You know what? I'm going to look it up for you.
No,
okay.
It's not necessary. I will have a look in the internet.
Okay, but excellent.
Are you
Ghassan tribe? I am not.
You are from?
I'm Pashtun.
Pashtun?
Yes.
And are the Pashtuns belonging to the Indo-European?
Yes, we're Aryans. Like you. Yes. Yes. Should we do the Heil Hitler now?
In USA, it's possible to bake this. In Germany,
in Germany, yeah, exactly. You know. I know. I was in Germany. I was in Austria. It's beautiful. I like Germany.
Yeah. Me too.
Excellent. How do you like San Diego?
It's nice. The weather's nice.
The weather is nice. It's a little chilly today, but
But is it not a problem this close in San Diego?
No, I love it. It's comfortable.
Because in Germany you see a lot of Muslim people with clothes.
Right.
But here not.
Yeah, not as many Muslims here, so.
Many.
Yeah. But for me, I can dress like that. It doesn't matter. As a Muslim, I can dress any way as long as it's according to Islamic.
American freedom.
Yeah.
Land of the free.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. All right.